Well, good evening, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Booth Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Um, it's Monday night. Let me say, shout out to everybody that turns into our live stream. It's amazing that I have been doing live streams on Monday and Friday nights for 8 years. For 8 years. This is 2024. Started in 2016 before people even really knew what live streaming was. It was basically like me, Vosh, and Law Nation. And Shango, of course, doing his game day live streams. And it's amazing how quickly the time has passed in doing so. Tonight I shared a story from the very first play that I played in college football and actually how I got there because I didn't go the route. I wasn't recruited after I tore my ACL. I was a walk-on. I was a scout team guy. I was a guy who basically I was a glorified dummy and I worked my way up. And the reason why I was telling that story was it related to stuff. What happens with me is I get like deja vu. Something will happen that'll strike something else in my brain. And this is where I'm constantly doing multiple things at the same time. And I think this is one of the reasons why. Whenever I have passed the Dutchie from the left-hand side, and one of the reasons why I don't like it is when I do, everything is singularly focused. And I don't like that feeling because I hear all of these different things. I don't know if you want to say their voices, but there's always so many different things that are going on. And sometimes it's real easy for me to get distracted and go into another direction. And we were talking about the Cowboys in the playoffs. And I was saying, we have so many different problems, okay? Somebody had said that Jalen Hurts, with the talent we have on offense, and they went through. You got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and Brandon Cooks, and Ferg, that he would have taken the team to the Super Bowl. And I'm kind of like, bro, we ain't got the same talent that the Eagles had. I'll be the first to. I'm not trying to denigrate my team, but the Eagles had a great offensive line. A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb are about the same, but I'll look and say Devontae Smith played a hell of a lot better than Brandon Cooks did. And I'll say Dallas Goedert is a lot more experienced tight end than Fergalicious is. But I can say, okay, we can say, because, he was hurt and so on. And your running game was a hell of a lot better than what we had. But be that as it may, I was saying that we need to look at the season holistically at all of it. As we dissect the body, we got to look at all of the problems that we had. Now, Dan Quinn's gone. And it's time to start over. And at this point, now knowing that Joe Witt is there with him in Washington, that probably Al Harris will join him, that maybe because you now have Dan Quinn that knows your personnel and your defense, keeping the same one, will give him a little bit of advantage. Knowing that Kellen Moore and Nussmeier know your offense, that these are going to be harder. It's going to be harder for you to dominate in your division than you did before. And the Cowboys may be taking a step back. And this is where we need to, if we're looking at saving the season for next year, we're going to need better talent. We know that Tony Pollard and Rico are free agents. We know that Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong and Neville Gallimore are free agents. We know that Tyron Smith is a free agent. So we have to replace these guys. And we know we ain't got linebackers. Leighton Vander Esch, his career's done. We have to get better players on there. But as I was going through there, the other part of this equation was, as we're hiring a defensive coordinator, I don't know what happened to the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys, and maybe this is proof of evidence, when things are going good for the Cowboys, man, they're going good. We don't just win, we blow out teams. We get everybody, CeeDee Lamb, doing this one, we get the line, running around. We're in your face. We're the big party. We're the big party when things are going good. But when things go bad, we literally disappear. We are like, is it Homer Simpson that disappears in the shrubs at the first sign of trouble? As much as I hate the San Francisco 49ers, although they haven't won the Super Bowl, at least not yet, and they've failed a few times as well, when they show up, they've got no fear. They're ready to run through a brick wall. They're ready to kick your teeth in. And even when they have bad things go wrong with them, they don't pack it in, which reminded me of what Joe Persicki did, because I was playing. Because I was like, the inches, I said in my mind, I said the inches that we need are all around us. Getting the most out of the players so they don't back down. Getting a couple of players here and there to fill in, so we're not trying to tweak a guy where we say, Tony Pollard, we understand you're a scat back, but we now need you to be a run between the tackles guy. Marquez Bell, we know you're a safety, but we need you to be a linebacker now, right? We had Lyle Collins. We know you're a guard, but we want you to be a tackle. Rico Gathers, we know that you can jump like a gazelle, but we want you to be a blocking tight end. We keep doing this mad scientist shit instead of actually saying, I need a tackle. You take a Tyrone Crawford and you say, well, he can play outside and he can play inside, but he didn't do any of them great. Give me a great defensive tackle that only plays defensive tackle. And when you literally have Jesse freaking Holley come around and say, Michael Parsons is selfish because he don't want to play linebacker and edge rusher because edge rusher is easy. Jesse Holley, have you put your ass out on the edge like that and been double teamed? Have you literally had guys around your neck? Have you been hit high and low at the knees? Easy, bro. You don't know what tough is being a wide receiver. Sorry, you just don't. Until you've been in those shoes, you don't know what that's like to say he's lazy because it's easy. There's no such thing as easy, because if it was easy, everybody out there could just play edge rusher and get 20 sacks and 100 pressures because it's easy. That's some bullshit. And the fact that you're saying you need to play two positions, because here's the problem. People are saying to me, well, Michael Parsons, you need to play middle linebacker. Okay. Who's rushed the quarterback? You going to have your defense D-Law and Sam Williams? Is that going to be your rushers? I'm asking for a friend. Being serious. You put Micah Parsons at edge rusher, you got no pass rush. You put him at edge rusher, you got no linebacker. So what does that tell you? You need to go out and get a linebacker or an edge rusher, one or the other, but you need more help. And now you need a defensive coordinator that's got a vision, but not only a vision. You guys need somebody that can get into your head and understand how to make you tick, to stop you from being, this arrogant SOB when you're winning and ganging up on somebody and blowing people out. That you're a tough ass that wants to punch somebody in the face when they're getting the best of you. That's the problem with the Cowboys. And that's what I need in a defensive coordinator. I need somebody who knows the schemes that can also tell Jerry, I'm not taking a safety and making a linebacker when I don't have any. Get me a freaking linebacker. I need somebody that can get in Jerry's face and let him know that we're not going to do shit until you get off your ass. Put down your $300 bottle of whiskey and either let somebody who knows what to do and do the damn job and get me the players I need, or you need to go ahead and get out this guy because I need this. Because we need some players that's got some edge to them. We need a Charles Haley that's going to motivate the shit out of you. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about Charles Haley that I know from firsthand experience. Charles Haley was so crazy that you were more scared of Charles Haley than you were of the opposition. Because when you didn't do your job, Charles was coming after you. Because I'm going to tell you one thing about Charles Haley. Charles, when we played JMU football back in the day, it's not like JMU is now. It was the early days of JMU football. We didn't do a lot of winning. And this is my assumption because when he got to San Francisco and they started winning, because anything Charles did, I don't care if it was spades, if it was football, if it was playing pool, he wanted to win, and not just win, but to beat the shit out of you. And that goes for practice even. If you did not have your helmet on, ready to play, you were going to get it taken off. And if you did not do your job to be about winning, he was coming after your ass. And that's what it's like to be a dog. And that, my friends, is what's missing on this team. You need that crazy son of a bitch that's a leader that'll put a foot in everybody's ass and get them motivated. I don't see that on this team. And until we get that attitude, as much as I hate San Francisco, the Lions were kicking their ass. They're kicking their teeth in. They, by all means, should have blown them out. They never went to a shell. They never hid. They never gave up. They're fighters. God. Hate that football season's over. Hate that we got to wait because the crazy thing is waiting between now and September. That's what, 8 months? It's another 8 months of my life that I have to wait to see the Cowboys, and another 6 months to see if they're going to let me down again. And I'll be another year older and another year closer to the grave. I'm getting tired of waiting. I'm really getting tired of waiting. I just hope before I go away from here that I do see him back in that Super Bowl. Remember, good people, I really appreciate y'all. And remember to tell the people you love how much you love them. Because you might not get the chance again, and I love you guys. See you soon.